What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a good one for you. I'm going to be giving you my updated mid-year 2024 list of my favorite cities to move to in the East Bay. So whether you're thinking about moving out of San Francisco and trying to move to the East Bay, or you're thinking about moving to the Bay Area, you don't know if San Francisco is right for you, this video is the one for you. Let's jump in and check it out. Okay, before we dive into the first city, I want to tell you how I picked my favorite cities. Now, this is an updated video. I recorded the same video in 2023, my top 5 cities in the East Bay. This year, I wanted to provide you an updated list. I have based this list primarily off of the interest that we are seeing in these 5 cities. By no means is this an exhaustive list. There's tons of great cities in the East Bay, but these are my favorite based on the interest level and the questions that I'm getting. So let's jump in and get started. All right, the first city that I have on the list is Martinez, California. Now, Martinez flies under the radar for a lot of people. A lot of people don't think about it when they think about the East Bay, and even if they know of it, it's not at the top of their list. But Martinez is quietly flying under the radar, and for a lot of people, it's becoming one of their favorite go-to cities in the East Bay, and it's for really good reason. The first thing we have to talk about when it comes to Martinez is its downtown. Downtown area is one of the most unique downtowns in pretty much any city here in the East Bay because it's kind of like a throwback. There's a lot of older brick-style buildings. It's really not your cookie-cutter type of downtown that you're going to find in a lot of other cities, and what comes with that downtown is great vibe, great energy, and great people, and that's really driven by the fact that there's a lot of breweries that are in downtown Martinez, and it's anchored by a lot of live music as well. Coupled with that is, some really great restaurants. It's right on the water, so it's got a very cool marina, great place to, go for a walk around the waterfront. There's just a ton to offer down in that downtown Martinez area, and once you start to experience that, it kind of leads to all the other benefits and all the other great things about the city. So jumping right into the second thing that makes Martinez so attractive for people is its housing and affordability. So in Martinez, home prices are so much more affordable than they are in a lot of other, even just neighboring communities like Walnut Creek, Lafayette, Orinda, Pleasant Hill, where the price point is quite a bit higher than you get with Martinez, but is very comparable to what you get in Concord. So depending upon the vibe that you're looking for, the affordability factor really makes Martinez, and when you couple that with some very, very cool neighborhoods that you can find in Martinez, lots of different housing styles. You can find bungalow style homes, 2 bedrooms, 3 bedroom, about 1,000 square feet. Right now, those properties are running around 600,000 or 700,000, depending upon the neighborhood. And then there are also properties that will run you over $1 million, and you get, bigger square footages, but it's this kind of pocket of affordability that you can find in Martinez that has really made it attractive. Now, a few of the other things to note about Martinez, first of all, the weather. The weather's a little bit cooler because it is on the water compared to some of, again, the other neighboring cities like Concord or Walnut Creek or Pleasant Hill that will be a little bit hotter in the summer and a little bit cooler in the winter. So you do get some relief from those a little bit more extreme temperatures that you'll find in the other cities, depending upon whether you're in the summer or the winter. And so that, again, makes spending a Saturday afternoon listening to live music and drinking beer great because the temperature's a little bit more moderate. Martinez also has an absolutely fantastic community. The city does a great job of hosting events there. Their July 4th parade is one of the best around, and the city just has a really cool vibe, and that's because of how great the people are. If you're looking for a great community, great vibe, great people, Martinez will be a good spot for you. So as far as your commute goes, Martinez does sit on Highway 4, so if you need to get to one of the more major freeways like 680, 24, 80, you do have a little bit of a drive to get there, and it doesn't have great access to the BART system. You do have to drive into Concord, but that isn't too far of a drive to get over to those BART stations. But if commute is something that's really important to you, you do want to take a look at where Martinez sits relative to where your commute goes. So again, the first city that I have on my list is Martinez. Okay, before we jump into the next city, I want to quickly introduce myself. I am Adam Dobrinich. I'm a local real estate agent here in the Bay Area. As much as I love making these videos for you, I would love even more to be able to help you with your real estate needs. That number that's popping up below, I do answer all of my own phone calls, emails, text messages. If I can be a resource for you, please do not hesitate to reach out. I'd love to help you out in any way that I can. All right, let's jump right back into my 2024 list of favorite cities in the East Bay. So the next city that I have on my list is a city that made the list last year as well, and I have it on the list this year, is Pleasant Hill, California. It also sits right next to Martinez. Pleasant Hill is actually known for being a very tight-knit, family-friendly community. And so what comes with that very family-friendly, tight-knit community are the neighborhoods. The neighborhoods within Pleasant Hill are known to be very social. It is definitely one of those cities where within the neighborhoods, you will get to know your neighbors, you will spend time with them, you can hang out out with them. If that's what you're looking for, Pleasant Hill will definitely have that. The other great thing about Pleasant Hill is its affordability. Now, again, it is a bit of a higher price point compared to Martinez, but when you compare it to the neighboring cities like Walnut Creek or Lafayette or Orinda, Danville, San Ramon, Pleasant Hill sits at a little bit of a lower price point, which again makes it really, really attractive for people that are looking to move to the area, but are not looking in the price point of, say, a Walnut Creek or a Lafayette. As far as the housing goes in Pleasant Hill, you can find a lot of ranch style homes, single story, that sit on large lots. And so if you are looking for a backyard, Pleasant Hill is a great area for that. There are larger homes that do sit on a little bit smaller lot sizes. So you can really find pretty much anything that you're looking for as far as housing goes. There is some new construction as well. And so if you're looking for a bigger home that does sit on a smaller lot, just really want the new construction, Pleasant Hill will have that for you as well. The other great thing about Pleasant Hill is its location. So Pleasant Hill sits right at the intersection of Highway 680 and Highway 24. It also has easy access to both the Pleasant Hill BART station and the Walnut Creek BART station, depending upon what part of Pleasant Hill you're in. So if you need to use the public transportation or the mass transit, like the BART train, or if you need to be able to jump onto the freeways very quickly, Pleasant Hill is a great location for that. And also, given that it sits pretty much right between Walnut Creek, Lafayette, Concord, and Martinez, you have tons of options for restaurants. Now, Pleasant Hill does have its own downtown. It's very small. There are a few restaurants there, but you do have, like I said, tons of easy access to all these other communities that are so close to it. And so, you have no shortage of restaurants and shopping nearby. And again, that's what makes Pleasant Hill's location so great. All right, so jumping into the third city that I have on my list is Hercules, California. So Hercules is a new city that I have on the list, but is one that I have gotten so much interest, so many questions about. First, Hercules has a really great community. It is a tight-knit community. It is very family friendly and very similar to Pleasant Hill and Martinez. The affordability and the variety of housing that you can get there is something that has made it very attractive. Hercules has lots of new construction properties. This includes condos and apartments if that's what you're looking for, but it also has lots of single family homes that have been built over the last decade or so that are newer construction, and that development continues to be done today. And then you also do have those older style homes if that's something that you're looking for, more of those ranch style homes, single story, 2 stories, a little bit bigger lot size. So this has made it very attractive for people that are looking to move out of San Francisco or out of Oakland and into the suburb areas. Hercules has definitely been an area that we've seen a lot of growth. The other reason why we've seen a lot of growth in Hercules is because of the amount of development that is currently happening right now, specifically and particularly with the Hercules Hub. The Hercules Hub is basically like a transportation center that is being developed in Hercules, where Amtrak trains is going to have a station there. There's going to be ferries that you can take there that will get you into San Francisco via water. So the investment that the city is making into this Hercules Hub is really going to continue to draw more people to that area, because it is going to make commuting so much easier for people that are living there and that have moved there to get back into those major employment hubs for their jobs on a day-to-day basis. And the other aspect of this Hercules Hub are the amount of restaurants, shopping, new construction as far as housing goes. It's basically going to become almost like a center within Hercules. So Hercules is definitely a city that we have to have on our list. For number 4, I'm going to do the same thing I did in 2023 with 2024, and I'm going to lump 2 cities together. I'm going to lump San Ramon and Dublin together for number 4. San Ramon and Dublin continue to be some of the most highly sought after cities in all of the Bay Area in general, but certainly in the East Bay. And again, it's also for good reason. The school ratings in San Ramon and Dublin are ranked among the highest in California. They're ranked among the highest for safety. They're ranked the highest among growth. I mean, you name it, San Ramon and Dublin really have the accolades. Don't take my word for it. Go on Google, look it up. You will see these 2 cities are amongst the fastest growing cities. And again, just because of the school systems that are there, because of the safety record that these 2 cities have had, we continue to see a ton of interest, a ton of people moving to these cities. So for these 2 cities, as far as housing goes, you do have lots of different options. You have condos and townhomes that are newer construction. These are properties that have been built over the last couple decades and continue to be built. There's also some new development happening in these cities right now. Bishop Ranch in San Ramon is being developed into tons of new housing. Dublin continues to build on its central and east side, and in these areas you're going to continue to see a lot of condos and townhomes. You also have had lots of single family home new construction over the last couple of decades in both of these cities. And so if you're looking for something that's newer, these generally are bigger homes They sit on smaller lot sizes, but again, you do get a lot of house. But both San Ramon and Dublin also have older communities as well. So these are homes that were built in the 60s and 70s. Again, vary from ranch style single family homes to 2-story homes, but they also sit on bigger lot sizes, and so you can get a lot more bang for your buck in these areas where you get both land and bigger homes. And a lot of these homes have been remodeled, some of them don't, but if you do want to buy one that hasn't been remodeled and you want to put your own stamp on it, you can definitely find that in some of the areas in these two cities. One of the bigger drawbacks to San Ramon and Dublin together is the affordability of the housing. However, they are amongst the most expensive cities in the East Bay, but a lot of people that move there do say you get what you pay for. Lots of parks, great schools, lots of safety, those kind of things, and so it does come with a price tag. As far as location goes for San Ramon and Dublin, San Ramon sits on Highway 680. Dublin sits at the intersection basically of 580 and 680. And as far as commute goes, San Ramon has a little bit of a longer commute because of where it's at on Highway 680. Dublin, because of where it sits at that intersection of 580 and 680, allows it for a little bit easier commute to other parts of the Bay Area. Dublin also has a BART station. A lot of people that live in San Ramon will actually jump on the BART train in Dublin, and so that's something that you want to keep on your radar if that's something that's important to you. The weather in San Ramon and Dublin is both very similar. Again, you definitely get more of the 4 seasons, hotter in the summer, cooler in the winter, but the one thing that you do get in San Ramon and Dublin that you don't get in other parts of the East Bay quite as much is the wind. During the summer, in the late afternoon, it can actually get quite chilly with the wind that kind of comes through the hills there, and so that's just something you want to kind of keep in mind. But again, beautiful weather in general overall, but the one thing you do just have to keep your eye on is the wind, if that's something that you weren't expecting or weren't thinking would be in the area there. All right, so the last city that I have on my list is San Leandro, California. So San Leandro, very similar to Martinez, kind of flies under the radar for people a little bit, but again, has quietly become one of the faster growing cities in the East Bay, and particularly Alameda County, and it's for good reason. For a lot of people, it's a great alternative to Oakland. San Leandro, it's obviously a much smaller city and not as spread out as Oakland is, and so for a lot of people, it makes it feel like they're in a much smaller community, a much more tight-knit community than you would find in Oakland. It's also got a great location in its proximity to both the 880 freeway, the 580 freeway, and Highway 237. So again, if commuting is a big deal for you, San Leandro is a great option for you. And again, it's one of the reasons why it's so attractive for people. As far as housing and affordability goes, again, it's another great spot within the Bay Area compared to some of the neighboring communities like Castro Valley that come with a higher price point. San Leandro sits at a little bit of a lower price point, so it is a little bit more affordable, but you do get some really cool architecture in San Leandro, lots of cool bungalow style homes. That you would find what kind of feels like in some of the neighborhoods, like you're in Santa Barbara, for example. When I lived in Santa Barbara and coming and driving through, San Leandro, I definitely got that feeling and that vibe in some of the neighborhoods there. But that's also one of the great things about San Leandro is you do have different neighborhoods, and those different neighborhoods offer you different types of homes, different types of neighborhood, different vibes. And so again, it kind of gives you something a little bit for everybody, and that's what made San Leandro so attractive to people. But I would say the main thing for me, the interest that I have seen from clients who ask me about San Leandro, who want to take a look at properties in San Leandro or bought properties in San Leandro, is because it is an alternative to living in Oakland, where you do get that smaller, tight-knit community, a little bit of a different vibe than you would get in Oakland. Now, as far as the downtown goes for San Leandro, it doesn't have much of a downtown. It does have a small little downtown, and it does have a cool little vibe there, but it is not a place where you're going to get lots of different restaurants, lots of different shopping or nightlife or things along those lines. You will end up probably going into Oakland or one of the other neighboring communities to find more restaurants and find your shopping and that kind of thing. So again, I will reiterate, if you are looking for an alternative to Oakland, but you still want to be in that part of Alameda County, if you want to have good access to the freeways, lots of cool different neighborhoods, nice tighter knit community than you might feel in Oakland, San Leandro should definitely be on your list. Okay, so that wraps up my updated 2024 list of cities to have on your radar in the East Bay. Again, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If I can be a resource for you with any of your real estate needs, please do not hesitate to reach out, and we'll catch you on the next video.